Being a little human means you're going to have these little human feelings. It means you're going to have bad days. It means you're going to feel scared. And that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But when you only live in this place of fear, when you only live in this place of lack, when you only live in this place of nothing is going to work out for me, that is when you get stuck. Hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome to Mirrors, the podcast and video series where we learn about ourselves, learn to love ourselves, and learn to create a life we love to live. Today, I'm going to tell you why all of your manifestations are not coming to fruition, and why they're not working, and why you're not living your dreams, and why things aren't working out for you. I'm going to talk to you. Let's go. You are living in a state of fear versus a state of faith that everything is going to work out. This, I think, is the number one reason why people's manifestations do not come to fruition, and why people get sidetracked from chasing their goals, people get sidetracked from chasing their dreams. It's because they do not have faith that it's going to work out. They do not have faith in themselves. They do not have faith in the universe, in God, in life, whatever it is. They believe that things are not going to work out for them, and they believe more in things not working out than things working out. They believe more in fear, and they act out of fear versus acting out of trust. And what does that look like? So let's say we have a dream job, right? And we know what we would love to do for a living for the rest of our lives. But we are scared that if we try it, we will fail. And this is a subconscious fear. It might manifest as, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not ready yet. I need to take another class. I need to change my resume first. I am too busy with my kids right now. Or, I really just don't want to make the change. And because you're feeling that way, and because you're believing that that's true, you're not making the decision to just apply to your dream job when you see it listed, right? If you think that you're not good enough for something, you're never going to even put yourself out there for it. So when your dream job is listed on a website, you're going to think, oh, I'll get it next time around. Right now, I really need to take this class first, or my resume isn't good enough. I need to do something else and get some more experience before I even apply. Instead of just going for it and applying. It can also manifest in, okay, I know what I really want to do, but I don't know if it's actually going to work out, and I want to be safe. So let me just do something else that's more practical, or, is more for sure, is more certain until then. So you take a job that you don't actually want because you don't think that your dream job is something that is going to be possible for you in the near future. So you stay at this job that you don't even want and you don't even like because you don't believe you're capable yet, or that it's possible, or that it's assured for you to get this dream job. Let's say you fear that moving to your dream city is going to be hard on you. It's going to be hard on you and your family. You're not going to make any friends there. And, you might not have enough money, right? It's just not going to work out. So instead of thinking about ways to make it work for you, instead of brainstorming ways to save enough money to move, instead of going on friend meeting apps or going out to restaurants and meeting people, instead of doing all of those things that would get you towards this dream of moving to this new city, you just say it's not possible for you, and you don't make the jump. You don't make the decisions that are going to lead you towards moving to this dream city. Let's say you want to manifest a lot of money, but you don't think you're good at money, right? You don't think you're good with money. You think whenever you have money, you lose it all or you spend it all frivolously. You are not going to actively look for ways to make more money because you believe that if you had it, you would be bad with it. So why even make it, right? Or let's say you do make a lot of money. Instead of thinking about it like, okay, how can I do things differently this time? How can I invest this money or spend it wisely? You think you're really bad at it, and because you believe and think you're really bad at it, your actions align with that, and you spend your money frivolously, and then it's a feedback loop. It leads back into you thinking, oh, look, I'm so bad at money. I'm so bad at this thing. I'm never going to be able to be good at money, so how would I ever manifest more money? How could I ever have a lot of money? The number one reason your manifestations are not coming true is because you don't believe they can. You don't believe it's possible. You don't believe it's practical. You don't believe you're worthy of it, or you don't believe you're meant for it, right? You think maybe that's for someone else. You are limiting yourself. That's why the term term limiting beliefs exist, because a limiting belief is a belief system that you have that limits your ability to have this thing that you want. So what does a limiting belief look like? I can talk about my own. A limiting belief that I used to have around relationships is that relationships took a lot of work, and if you love someone, you never give up on them, and you kind of deal with whatever comes your way in that relationship. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting in the hard work in love. I think love is always an effort. To love yourself is work. To love someone else is work. It's always going to take a certain amount of effort. But on the contrary, if you believe that loving someone is putting up with being mistreated, let me tell you, you're going to be mistreated. Because you're going to think that that's normal, and you're not going to put a stop to it when it happens. I changed that limiting belief. I changed that limiting belief through seeing other people's relationships, through meeting other guys, through meeting other people, and seeing like, oh, they treat each other really well, or oh, this person is really good with feelings, and this guy is really sensitive and good with emotions, even though I didn't think that guys were capable of that, right? All of that changed my limiting belief, and I then actively was like, okay, now let me instill this new belief that I want to believe. I want to believe that I can be in a loving relationship that is reciprocal, where I am treated with kindness, love, and respect. So I'm going to seek that out. I'm going to seek out a partner who's going to give me that. And not only that, I'm going to treat myself with that kindness, love, and respect that I want out of another person. Because if I can treat myself with that kindness, love, and respect that I want from someone else, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to see what it looks like. I'm going to see how it feels. And I'm then going to attract that in another person. Living out of fear means not taking the chances on what you really want. Living out of fear means not even being willing to admit to yourself what your dreams are because you're scared that you'll fail at them. Living in fear means assuming that the worst is always going to happen. It means assuming the worst out of people, assuming the worst out of a situation. For example, the loss of a job. Inherently, that is neutral, because let's say you lost a job, but you just also got your dream job, then losing that one job isn't going to matter, right? You don't care because you got your dream job. So the actual moment of losing your job is neutral. You can perceive it as a good thing. You can perceive it as a bad thing. If you perceive it as a bad thing, you can spiral and you can let yourself get into a place of like, okay, I'm not worthy of a good job. I'm not hireable. I'm not this. I'm not that. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do this? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. How does any of that benefit you? Like in any way? If you instead were like, okay, this is a good thing because you know what? That wasn't the right fit for me anyways, and I want to do more. I want to do this. I want to help the world in this way. I want to help myself in this way. I want to make more money. I want to change career paths, whatever it may be. If you can look at it as happening for you and not to you, and instead of being like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to figure this out? You calmly and with peace and love in your heart apply to jobs that you would really love. Apply to things that would make you happy. You start offering to do things for people, like you start babysitting or house sitting or selling things on Facebook Marketplace, volunteering so that you're like out meeting people and like giving your services for free so people can see how good your services are, or doing freelance work. All of those things are going to give you some money in the meantime, and they're going to help you to be in an okay place financially while still working towards applying to that dream job. A breakup in and of itself is neutral. Because if you guys are no longer meant to be together, if you guys are no longer healthy for each other, then that breakup can actually be a positive thing. And instead of being scared that you're never going to find another person, being scared that you're going to be alone forever, being scared that you messed up and that was the worst mistake of your life, you can calmly and with love yourself, love your friends, spend time doing the things you love, spend time doing things that make you feel good and that you're passionate about, and you can move about the world in a way that's going to attract a partner that is much better for you. Now, all of this I know is easier said than done. I understand sometimes it's scary. It's not easy to go through things that are uncomfortable. I'm not naive to the fact that the world is hard and that hard things happen and that loss hurts and that change hurts. Trust me. whenever I am living out of fear, whenever I am doing this, whenever I am looking at my external surroundings and I'm feeling like a victim, or I'm feeling like everything is happening to me and it's so bad, I remind myself of this. I remind myself that everything is an opportunity for us to align to the life and the person that we want most. Everything is an opportunity to learn, to love, and to grow. Every day we have a choice between living out of fear and always being scared that the worst case scenario is going to happen, or trusting that things will work out for us in the end, and moving about the world in an authentic way. And when bad things happen to us, quote unquote, we can take a step back, realizing how they're actually going to benefit us in the long run, and then realign our life, realign our decisions, realign our thoughts, realign our beliefs to what we want. We're all human. We're all going to feel those human emotions. We're all going to feel fear. We're all going to feel lack. We're all going to feel scared. We're all going to feel pain. We're all going to feel rejected. We're all going to feel hurt. All of these things are part of the human experience. Without darkness, we wouldn't accept the light. We wouldn't respect the light for what it is. We have to go through hard times sometimes to see how good and feel how good those good times are. Being a little human means you're going to have these little human feelings. It means you're going to have bad days. It means you're going to feel scared. And that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But when you only live in this place of fear, when you only live in this place of lack, when you only live in this place of nothing is going to work out for me, that is when you get stuck. That is when you can't move on past this hardship and onto the beautiful parts, when you can't even see the beautiful things in front of you, the things to be grateful for that are already like literally right in front of you. You just become so stuck in this low vibration, in this low energy, in this sadness and in this pain, and you can't get out of it. I have been there. I've been there so many times, and that's why I'm making this, and that's why I'm sharing this, because you can get out of it. You can always get out of it. You can always get to a better place. It will happen. Okay. That is all that I have for you today. As always, there are always video versions of this podcast as well as audio versions on Apple Music and Spotify. If you want to check out my TikTok and my Instagram to see more of me, I will link them down below. And if you have any requests or anything you want to see, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to learn about, make sure you message me and I'd be happy to make something about it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next week. Goodbye!